top and said, this is the future of boxing, this man's the savior of boxing. What does he want to see? Well, he wants to see the best fight the best. And right now, I've got to be honest, the number one contender in the heavyweight division, forget about who's got what belts. We know who the king is. His name's Oleksandr.
Rizkan dropped a bombshell in his interview with Oleksandr Usyk, revealing that while the WBO has officially ordered Usyk to defend his title, his team is instead targeting Daniel Dubois for a potential unification bout. This raises serious questions. Why is Usyk eyeing Dubois while bypassing Joseph Parker, who has clearly earned his shot? The WBO mandated Parker as the challenger, yet Usyk's camp seems intent on skipping him in favor of a belt holder with a weaker claim. Is this a genuine pursuit of unification, or is it just political maneuvering to avoid Parker's threat? The heavyweight division is in turmoil, with contenders like Parker being overlooked, while Dubois, who hasn't proven himself at the same level, is getting a golden opportunity. Are the top names in the sport truly seeking the toughest fights, or are they playing the game to protect certain fighters? Parker appears to be the latest victim of a system that prioritizes marketability over merit. Does he deserve his title shot?
WBO have ordered Joseph Parker to face Oleksandr Usyk next. That's right, interim champion versus full champion. They're strutting around with the chest out, believing that they are superheroes. But we've got a few thoughts to get stuck into this, and whether it should be the next fight in the heavyweight division.
Or is the division being manipulated behind the scenes? Meanwhile, Adam Catterall and Nick Pete didn't hold back in their fiery reaction to the WBO's order for Parker to challenge Usyk next. The heavyweight division is on the verge of an explosion, and the tension is palpable. We are witnessing a potential collision between Parker, the interim champion, and Usyk, widely regarded as the undisputed king of the division. Both fighters are carrying themselves with supreme confidence, as if they've already reached the pinnacle of their careers. However, Catterall and Pete aren't buying into the hype. They've openly questioned whether Parker truly deserves this title shot, suggesting that this might be another strategic move to keep Usyk secure at the top without facing the biggest threats. Is this the fight fans have been waiting for, or is it just another calculated play by boxing's power brokers? At the same time, there's always the chance Parker could shake up the division and turn
You know who the king is. His name's Oleksandr Usyk, who is the most deserving, leading number one contender. Yeah. It's Joseph Parker. There's no disputing it's Joseph Parker. Joseph Parker deserves his shot at a world title. Now, in the aftermath of the Bacoli fight,
expectations upside down. With the heavyweight landscape in chaos, anything could happen. One thing is certain. Usyk still holds the throne, but the battle for his crown is only getting more intense. Joseph Parker is the most battle-tested, the most ready contender. No debates, no hesitation. He has fought through the toughest of the division, dismantling anyone in his path. After his explosive win over Babic, Parker has proven he's the rightful challenger for the world title. This isn't just hype. He has earned every bit of recognition, silenced the doubters, and now stands as the biggest threat to Usyk's reign. The WBO's decision to order Parker to face Usyk isn't just a formality. It's a statement. Parker isn't just another challenger. He's a future champion ready to shake up the heavyweight division. His relentless rise has put the world on notice, and the clock is ticking. Meanwhile, Oleksandr Usyk.
Let's now get you some updates from the world of boxing, where heavyweight champion Oleksandr Usyk has been ordered by the World Boxing Organization to begin negotiations for a mandatory title defense against the WBO interim champion Joseph Parker, a decision that could end Daniel Dubois' hopes of a rematch with the Ukrainian. The WBO announced on Thursday that Usyk, who also holds the World Boxing Council and World Boxing Association belts, has a period of 30 days to reach terms for a mandatory title defense against New Zealand's Parker, or the governing body will call for.
Has shaken the very foundations of the heavyweight division. But with Parker now officially next in line, the stage is set for a defining battle. The WBO has mandated Usyk to defend his title against Parker, and there's no avoiding it. The division is on the verge of a major shakeup, and Parker is ready to take his shot at glory. The stage is set for a monumental clash that could reshape the entire heavyweight division. with Joseph Parker standing tall as the interim champion. This is no ordinary title defense. It's a full-blown war between two of the most dangerous forces in boxing. Usyk's call-out proves he's not looking for an easy fight. He wants the ultimate challenge. Meanwhile, the contrast in styles only adds to the drama. Usyk's masterful footwork and ring IQ against Parker's explosive power and relentless pressure. The stakes have never been higher, and the division is on the verge of a seismic shift.
Boxing news overnight, the WBO have ordered a mandatory world title fight between champion Oleksandr Usyk and former world champion Joseph Parker. Parker beat Martin Bakole last month to become interim WBO champion after Daniel Dubois pulled out of their world title fight due to illness.
Yeah, that's right. There was been a lot of talk that Usyk was going to fight against Daniel Dubois, wasn't there? But it looks like he's going to have to fight Parker. They've got 30 days now to reach an agreement for this ordered mandatory defence. Otherwise, the WBO will order purse bid proceedings. Now, yesterday, as we said, Usyk and Dubois, we told you, were in talks over that, what would have been an undisputed world title fight. And Wembley was being discussed as a potential venue, but we will see if and when and where Usyk.
But the burning question remains: can Parker dethrone Usyk, or is the Ukrainian genius simply untouchable? Oleksandr Usyk, the undefeated Ukrainian virtuoso, has never backed down from a challenge. After making history as the first undisputed heavyweight champion in over 2 decades, Usyk is now targeting his next opponent, Joseph Parker. Usyk has officially called out the former WBO champion, offering him a shot at the title with a bold statement. If Parker wants his shot at the WBO belt, I'll give him that chance. On the other hand, Parker has been on a tear, storming through the division with 6 consecutive victories, including a brutal knockout of Martin Bakole. Parker isn't just here to fill the ranks, he's aiming for Usyk's crown. "This is my time," Parker shot back, determined to dethrone the reigning champion and reclaim his title. This fight promises to shake the very foundations of the heavyweight division. Usyk's flawless technique and ring intelligence versus Parker's brutal power and relentless pressure.
You're all in talks. What will happen to Daniel Dubois and Joseph Parker in the next 4 or 5 months, in your view?
Well, I think they're going to be involved in some massive fights.
But with who?
With opponents.
I know you're not going. Listen, on Thursday, you said by the evening you'd tell us who Moses Talma was going to fight. Can you tell us now?
He will be on the card.
And which card?
On the Manchester card.
On April the 5th.
Pressure. It has all the makings of a true classic. Who will rise to the top? The heavyweight world is weighties. Johnny Nelson didn't hold back when discussing the current heavyweight landscape, raising serious concerns about fairness in the division. He made a bold point, highlighting that it was Daniel Dubois, not Joseph Parker, who pulled out of their previously scheduled fight. Yet Dubois is now being handed another opportunity to face Usyk. Nelson slammed the decision, arguing that the rightful challenger should be Parker, the fighter who showed up and got the job done. Parker never backed away. He stood his ground and earned his place. The decision to give Dubois another shot at the title has left many questioning the integrity of the process. If fairness truly mattered, Parker, the one who showed commitment and heart, should have been given the chance to fight Usyk.
Daniel Dubois that pulled out of the fight, not Joseph Parker. And it was Daniel Dubois that put himself out of line for it. So why would Daniel Dubois be awarded a direct crack of Usyk when he pulled out the fight? So the right person to get the crack should be Joseph Parker. Why not? He was the one that turned up to fight. He fought, got the job.
Question now is, will boxing politics continue to favor those who back out when things get tough? Or will it finally reward the fighters who put in the work and prove themselves? Frank Warren, however, had nothing but praise for Joseph Parker, acknowledging his overwhelming dominance in the ring. While he credited Martin Bakole's courage for stepping in on short notice, there was no denying that this was Parker's moment to shine. He didn't just win, he obliterated Bakole, taking complete control and making a loud statement. From the opening bell, Joseph Parker proved once again why he's a top-tier contender. Frank Warren witnessed firsthand how Parker systematically outclassed a dangerous opponent, sending a clear message to the entire heavyweight division. Performances like this don't go unnoticed, and Parker has firmly cemented himself in the world title conversation.
What I felt about him, and I felt that, Martin, who very bravely took the fight at short notice. Obviously got well paid, but it was Joe's night, and Joe took the fight and that opportunity in style and delivered in big.
Meanwhile, the heavyweight division is in chaos. Belts are in flux, champions are facing tough decisions, and the rankings are shifting rapidly. With momentum at an all-time high, Parker is perfectly positioned to seize a world title, whether it's through a direct shot at a vacant belt or as a mandatory challenger. One thing is certain: the heavyweight division is about to be rocked, and Parker is ready to make his move. Joseph Parker now stands at the doorstep of heavyweight greatness. If there's any justice in boxing, he should be the next WBA champion. Why delay the inevitable? Parker has earned this opportunity, and awarding him a title shot wouldn't be a handout. It would be a well-deserved coronation. He has torn through elite opposition, dismantling fighters who were considered too dangerous to face. The man is a machine.
I can see that fight happening. However, though, if it's going to go down like that, my counterpunch would be either Joseph Parker has the fight for that vacant title of the WBA. It shouldn't be just given to him, because I think he would rather fight for it anyway. I think he should fight for that WBA title. I think if he wins that title, he'll become the WBA champion.
And this is the moment he's been grinding toward. If he gets his hands on that belt, he won't just hold it, he'll own it. Parker has the skill, the power, and the mentality to dominate. This is his chance to prove it. The heavyweight division needs real champions, not political maneuvering that keeps deserving fighters in the shadows. The fact that there's even a debate about whether Parker should get this opportunity is absurd. He has put in the work, fought the toughest names, and emerged victorious. Now it's his time to stand at the top. If Parker becomes the WBA champion, it won't just be a win, it'll be a statement. The entire division will have no choice but to recognize him as a true force. Joseph Parker has done more than enough to earn a world title shot. After his dominant win, he made it clear that he's ready for the biggest challenge available, targeting Oleksandr Usyk. Realistically, who deserves...
Parker in the immediate aftermath called out Oleksandr Usyk, and for me personally, if ever there was a guy who deserves a world title shot, if ever there was a guy who deserved a crack at Oleksandr Usyk, even though Daniel Dubois is a champion, for me, it's got to be Joseph.
More. Parker obliterated Martin Bakole, a fighter most heavyweights would rather avoid, and did it in devastating fashion. Yet, the same old boxing politics continue to push other names forward, completely disregarding Parker's track record. Daniel Dubois may hold a belt, but when it comes to proving yourself at the elite level, Parker is on a different plane. He has faced the best, beaten top-tier competition, and solidified his place as a legitimate threat. The question now is whether boxing will reward the rightful contender or let behind-the-scenes deals rob Parker of what he has clearly earned. But the burning question remains: can Parker truly dethrone Usyk, or will the clash of styles leave him outclassed by the champ? Let us know your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more explosive boxing content.